Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we wanted to film a Q&A.
Some people need to go to school and learn about easy, fun questions because
we asked for some fun, lighthearted questions, and man, some of y'all went deep.
I mean,
because we just want to film a quick Q&A, and some of those are like a whole series of videos.
One question that is loaded. I mean, it would take 10-part series to get some. Yeah, no.
Hey,
anyway.
at least we got some video ideas.
No, I'm kidding.
So, guys, we're in our car in our driveway because it's loud in our house, and this way we won't get interrupted and we can run through it real fast.
But our house will be destroyed. It will be a mud pit by the time.
No, it won't. But some of you will probably still give us a hard time for filming in the car.
Yeah, God bless you.
We always get comments. I can like be just talking and driving and Solo's filming me and I barely glance at the camera and I'll have at least 2 comments that are like, you should not film in the car.
You endanger all the species.
Yeah, it's literally just talking while you're driving, which I don't think is like illegal or harmful in any way. Okay, I'm getting a little snarky. I need to deliver
I am too, yeah.
I need to deliver this baby.
No, I set you up. I'm sorry. By starting to calling out the people that know. Yeah, if we ever do a hard question, we could do that.
Oh my goodness, there's 915 questions.
Oh my goodness. All right, people.
All right, we're just going to pick a few. Pick a few randomly. I know several people asked if we'd be decorating before Christmas.
Before Christmas?
Like decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I can't even talk.
I'm like, what's the point? After Christmas.
Yeah.
No, it is illegal. It is immoral. It is absolutely horrible. No, I'm kidding.
I don't feel that way at all.
No.
No, but
the day after Thanksgiving is just right.
I'm just a little too lazy to get it all out this early.
I know. You know, it's funny. When I grew up, we used to do it somewhere in the middle of December, around the 10th.
Oh, yeah, me too.
We did,
my birthday's December 11th. That was another question, was when our birthdays are. But my parents, for a while, I remember they're like, not till your birthday do we decorate. And that's pretty late in the month. Nobody waits that long nowadays.
No, well, some of them are already set up for Christmas.
Yeah. Anyway, this time we're having a baby due 4 days before Thanksgiving. So I don't think there's any way I'm getting a tree out before then. I don't feel like I can. Maybe I'll use my mom's help when she's around to help with the baby. Her and Solo can decorate the house.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay, so birthdays. Mine's December. And what's yours?
February.
You want to be specific?
Oh, you said yours was December, so I was just following the lead. Okay. February 8th.
All right. And when's the last time Solo had hair? I saw that question over and over.
Oh my goodness. It was October 21st, 1984. A really, really sad day in America. No, I'm kidding. No, I would say it would have been maybe about 6-7 years ago, I think. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
No, more than that.
I think it's been that. No,
we've been married 17 years, Solo. You haven't had hair for most of that.
Oh, yeah.
Time flies.
Okay, well, there are 2 transitions there. Number one is that I started going bald, or at least very low cut, because it was just convenient and easy and I liked it. And then one time I decided to grow my hair, and lo and behold,
there's not as much there.
Things have changed, you know. And so it was a lot of
you could have some of mine. I got plenty.
It ended up being one of those, oh my goodness, all these years I could have actually grown an afro.
So sad.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, I did see a few of these. These are easy. Are your kids allowed to listen to any type of music even though you're a Christian family?
Kanye West, Jesus is King. No, I'm kidding.
We do listen to a lot of praise and worship music in our house, and I love gospel, especially black gospel. But our kids listen to a lot of stuff. They love well, Judah, you can tell by what he plays on the piano. He likes a wide variety of music. Yeah, he loves classical too. And then they're really, a lot of my girls right now are really into soundtracks of movies and stuff like that. So yeah, we do listen to all kinds of music, but obviously we don't have lyrics that we don't like in our house at all, and our kids really don't. We're not up on like the latest pop music, but we also do go out in the world a lot, so we hear it a lot, and some things we really like.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were a lot of questions about homeschooling, and so I'm just going to link our homeschooling video down below. So if you have questions about that, I think we did a pretty good job of answering most of them in that. There were a number of questions about food, what Kenyan food I like and what American food you like. I like all Kenyan food that I've tried. The only thing I don't love in Kenyan food is actually an Indian dish that I ate a lot when I was in India. It's biryani. It's just because you bite into those cloves. Oh, it's just not my favorite. But all other Kenyan food I love. And my favorite, I think, is ndengu, which is mung beans. Is that what we decided it is called in most of the world?
Yeah.
Ndengu. And we have a video about that too we just made. But what's your favorite American food?
Is there any such thing as American food?
I don't think so.
No.
I always think it's burgers.
Hamburger. That's from Hamburg, Germany.
What we do is we take, in America, we take everybody else's food and we add cheese.
Yeah.
That's basically.
I honestly don't know
we
what
change
American food I like.
I know, because it's not pizza, that's Italian. But our pizza is nothing like Italian pizza.
I know.
It's hard to know.
America melts it down.
Do you love casseroles? Americans eat a lot of casseroles.
I don't like casseroles that much.
Yeah. What's your favorite food, Kenyan?
No, I actually like a variety. I have a different variety of food that I like. I like a lot of Asian food. Japanese, true. Indian, do like Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so
I love those too.
Mexican. I just have a very, I think I had a wide range of things that I like. I like food.
We have
That's
similar
a problem.
tastes.
Can't you tell? Yeah.
Okay, I like this question. Does being a bigger family ever stop you from being able to do certain things?
We don't go across the world often.
As often as we would, maybe.
We'll travel across the country.
To be honest with you, that was one of Solo's nervousness about when our family was growing bigger and bigger, is like, how are we going to get back to Kenya? And we just really had to trust God about that. And we just went to Kenya again. So the Lord really has provided for us. So money-wise, we try not to think about things like, oh, we can't do this because of money with kids. Obviously, when you have a lot more kids,
it's more expensive. McDonald's is not cheaper.
Yeah, Disney World. Oh my gosh, everything is
it costs more.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything that we haven't done just because we are a large family.
No.
Is there?
No, I don't think so. I noticed in myself, up until I had about 5 kids, I think 5 was maybe 5 or 6
I
started changing.
I know what. I hated getting rid of SUVs.
Oh.
Baby number 7. Baby number 7.
Keeps you from driving the car you want to drive.
Yes.
That's about it.
You know, SUVs are so good in the snow here.
Here we are
stuff.
sitting in a small SUV. Right?
Nah, yeah, it's not good enough. But baby number 7 changed everything.
Yeah.
Changed everything. And so we got a top passenger van. I did not want that. We got a nice one right now, but man, when you're driving on the road when it's snowing and stuff, it's just
different.
A lot more convenient to have a good size SUV.
Yeah. I noticed though in myself, when I had about 5, I think, is before that I just didn't want having babies to keep me from doing what I would normally do.
Yeah.
So at church stuff, I was always at everything, just bringing my babies along. And I noticed 5 or 6 kids, and they were all young because they're all close together. Yeah. That slowed me down a little when I finally got there. So sometimes parents, it slows them way down with 1, and I was super determined, I'm gonna be at everything. But now I miss things a little more here and there, but I'm also more mature and okay with it than I used to be.
You just have a lot more to take care of.
Yeah.
And this last time, I think the last 2, they are the closest they've ever been. So we've had 2 babies and 2 toddlers at the same time. Never had that before. And so that sometimes just makes things a little bit more. You have to plan harder.
Yes, that's true.
You have to plan harder.
Would you ever consider getting a family pet? If so, what kind? And did you grow up with pets? This is an awesome question. Love this one.
I had a cat growing up.
Yeah.
But if I had a pet, it would be a dog. But right now, she'll talk. But let me get mine out first. I take care of enough living things. I don't want another one in the meantime. But I'm not completely 100%
against it.
Against it, yeah.
That's good to hear. I grew up with dogs, one at a time mostly, and a lab was my favorite that we had as a family. So I would love it if my kids had a dog. I think some of them get nervous around animals. I don't like that. It's just because we haven't had one. But I do agree that I'm already like cleaning up enough poop that
I'm waking up.
It seems like a lot.
You wake up at night sometimes with kids. So I don't want to wake up at night with a dog that's getting trained.
Yeah, it's a hard season for us. And then I would love it. Like we babysit dogs. We dog sit.
I like babysitting dogs.
Yeah, and that's
good.
fun.
Yeah.
And then my floors stay cleaner for a while because the dog goes around and eats all the.
That would be a fat dog with a lot of little kids.
I need a sponsorship with Roomba, or I need to get a dog because to have something constantly cleaning your floor, I know that's not the reason to get a dog though. Don't come after me. I love dogs. There were a lot of questions about budgets, and we need to make a budget video because I love talking about budgets. And you pretty much do too, don't you? But living with a budget is the reason we live the way we do, because we've lived with a budget for so long.
One of the mistakes I've seen people do is that they always think of a budget negatively, as in I'm budgeting because I don't have enough. And that's right off the beginning. It's just a wrong way to look at it. In fact, most people that do better are the people that have enough or even more than enough and still budget. That's when you really start doing good.
Yeah, when I think because he's met with so many families, he's met with so many families that
thousands, if I would put it,
about their finances, and so you see people that make making way more money than you, but are in a lot more debt because of how they manage their finances and budgeting. So. Budgeting can help you go a long way, so we love budgets. We'll make a video about that.
Totally.
When everything kind of settles. So
you bet.
Someone asked about your mom, how's she doing, and when's she coming back?
She's doing good. I think she's doing good. She'll probably come back in the next year or so, I would think.
Maybe. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, what's your best relationship? Oh, there were a lot of marriage questions too. We should go back here and just make a marriage video out of these questions.
Should we do like a part, classify a couple of these and do a couple, throw in a couple? It's a lot of questions. Hey guys, if we don't get your questions answered, man, we still love you. You're awesome.
We do.
Yeah.
Even the unsolicited advice about using a camera in the car.
Yes, we can talk about that too. Yeah. We get down there.
What's your best relationship advice to a new couple though?
Kiss often.
That's how I got his cold.
Get to know your core. Like have some values that you share, and be in agreement on from the beginning. You know, there's a lot of fluff in life. There are a lot of things in life that are not big, you know, and then people actually fight over small things. But if you could get your core, like some things that you're like, you know, these are non-negotiables. These things are going to be important for us in our relationship. They're going to be a foundation, and be in the same page, on the same page with those things. It anchors you down. So, you know, you go through like anybody else goes through life, ups and downs in life. But the number one, in my view, it has to be really your relationship with God. Have that be a core. But anything else that comes secondary to that, that's important. The pastor in me comes out when you ask these questions, because I've also met with a lot of couples, and when your core is kind of not together, that's when things can get really shaky.
Yeah, that's true. I know there were a lot of questions, like I saw some around the line of solo is perfect.
I am.
Do you guys have any trouble in your like arguments or whatever?
Not at all. Whenever trouble we have, it's usually her.
But that would be my relationship advice is, obviously we argue, guys. We're two different people, and he has annoying things too. We just don't show them on camera. But I think the key is like to get through the argument, you know, keep talking through it until you find the peace and come to the solution and come to the end. Because I think the danger in marriage or relationships is when it goes on and you don't come to that peace, and you go day after day, then it becomes like a disease in your relationship. So,
and it's not avoiding talking through difficult things is not a solution.
Yeah.
Because it only builds up and it eventually comes off at the wrong time when you can't take things back.
Yeah.
So walking through disagreements
and then letting it go when you're done.
Yep. There's a verse, actually not one, several, that talks about do not go to bed when you're angry. And I think there's some wisdom to that. Is that, hey, you could get on a debate, it's fine. You could get on an argument, but make sure it's resolved.
Yeah.
Before
we have certainly gone to bed angry, I think, in 17 years, but we don't let it go far.
No.
Like, we just don't let it keep going.
Right.
What advice would you give to a mother of one child who hopes to have a large family like you? This one I will love to address.
Of one child?
Yeah, but hopes to have a large family.
Sure.
I think it's really important, if you really want a large family, to watch what traditions you're starting now, and make sure it's something that you can carry through when you have a large family.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew I wanted a large family when I had one, and when I had none, and I was not going all out for every birthday party, because in my head I thought I can't do that for every kid, or make the perfect baby book, because I didn't want to feel bad about not making the perfect baby book for every kid. And so I thought right away from the beginning, okay, how can I make sure
that you could duplicate this over and over again? You can maintain it.
Yeah, like what's really important here. And so I think it's something to consider. Like, there are more things you can do when you only have one kid, but you can think a little strategically from the beginning. And I also read from and watched other large families, and got some ideas about organization as I would have more and more. So when I had 2 or 3, I was learning from people who were managing a household of much more, and it helped to get some of those systems in place early.
That's so true.
Have you ever strongly considered moving to Kenya, and adopting from Kenya?
Do you want to answer that?
Sure. If you're not sick of hearing me talk yet. We have strongly considered moving to Kenya. One time we almost moved to Kenya, and the Lord closed the door. It was not, we wanted to move, and it was a great open door, but the Lord just made it very clear to us that it was not the right timing. And so we're not sure what the future holds. We just would do whatever the Lord told us to, whenever. And we believe that you're safest and you're at the best when you're in God's will for your life. And so we really want to just hear his voice and know what he's saying, and not make something happen on our own. I used to be really upset about that, because I didn't want to stay where I was, and the Lord healed that in me. And it's amazing to me now. I feel like I go all the way around the world through my camera all the time. So that is, I meet people from all around the world all the time, just through this vlog even. So, and then we do get a chance to travel. So it's like the Lord also knows the desires of your heart, and he grants those. And so I could see us living there one day, or who knows where. We would both live pretty much anywhere in the world.
Yeah, but the question is about Kenya.
That's true. I think we've shared this before, but we almost adopted right before we got married. I was in love with the little baby that I had found at the home I was working at. He was an orphan, and it did not work out either. So, but we've always been open to it for sure. But Kenya makes it difficult if you don't live there. Yeah.
Things have changed a lot. It used to be easier before.
It used to be easier, yeah.
Then some bad people did some things.
Yeah.
Makes the government have a knee-jerk reaction.
Some people did give us name suggestions in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need them. We don't have a name. Let me find one more.
So should we do another video of this, or should we just call it?
No, I think we could get a lot of videos out of this. There's some deep topics in here.
Tell us below if you want us to keep going and do one other video. Or 2 of the Q&A.
Oh, there were a lot of questions about if we let our kids go to public school, if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's one that I almost took to public school yesterday. But he didn't want to.
We won't tell you why.
and the child did not want to.
No. Yeah, our kids, I think it would definitely be on the table if one of them really expressed a desire to. They have zero desire to.
Right. And if we think it would be the best for them too.
We as their parents would not give them the final say in that.
Right.
I think, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why you have kids and parents.
Yeah. But we would definitely hear them out and see why and consider it for sure.
Yeah.
But not one of them have any desire to go.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think.
Why?
I think they love the flexibility.
They love the flexibility.
And they have
100%.
friends. They have friends in public school.
A lot of them.
And so, and they love the flexibility. And so,
they
once
see
you
the
have
difference.
that,
Yep.
it's like I worked for years. Maybe 10 years or so, 10 years or so. I worked in the corporate world, and then I started my own business. After about 3 years of doing my own business, I can never be employed, even if you paid me double or triple of what I was, So it just, even though I worked more sometimes, but the flexibility of just being your own, not being your own boss as much as.
When you're self-employed, you are.
You are your own boss. You're also your own secretary too sometimes. But after that, it's like, I just could not go back. I could not lose my flexibility, and I think it's the same reasoning most of the time.
I think most of the time you're right. And they have a lot of friends, and they have a lot of friends too in the neighborhood that are homeschooled. So they have friends that they can hang out with during the day if they get their work done early. And then I always thought we'd send our kids to high school. I just thought we would. And we've gotten to high school ages, and they're so far ahead. They're like, please don't send us, because then we'll have to go backward. Yeah. And but we do have some, like, as they're getting into college courses and stuff, there's been growing pains for sure. It's not like, everything's perfect all the time. They're being stretched in a different new way.
Nothing is in this life.
Yeah.
Nothing is like, you gotta work at it, and there are always challenges to everything. Yeah. It's just a matter of preference.
Yeah, so far, we would definitely consider if they wanted to. But
if it was the right thing, yes. We're not like, oh, never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. Anyway, thanks, guys, for listening today. We'll save these questions and maybe look at them again soon. Thank you all for your input. I loved them. I'm going to keep going through them. I mean, almost 1,000 questions. It takes a while
to go through them. If we could get some kind of topics like we try to that maybe are the same, we might do another video.
We definitely need to talk about marriage and relationships, because there's a lot in there.
Sure, and budgeting seems to come back. We did that once, but maybe we could do
No, we said our next one would be about budgeting.
Sure.
So we need to do that too.
Yeah. Cool, guys.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.